Hello, everyone. This is Frank DeFreitas. Welcome to a new season of HoloTalk. To start this season off, I am in Montreal, Canada, and I am at the holography studio of HOLOSTAR, and we're going to be speaking with Bruno Lavigne today, who runs the lab here, and he's going to be able to tell you a little bit more specifically about what he does here and what they're doing here with HOLOSTAR. How are you doing, Bruno?
Fine.
This is a great town. I have to tell you, I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, and there are some other towns that I like a lot, but Montreal just it's vibrant. There's a lot going on. It has a lot of snap to it, which a lot of cities do. But the difference with Montreal is the fact that at the same time, there's something that's just very laid back about it. And it's a nice feeling, because usually you have one or the other. You're in a town where it's so boring that you're falling asleep, or a town where it's so hectic that you just feel like your nerves are on edge. But this sort of like has this beautiful balance here, and I had a chance to go up into your mountain area up at Mont Tremblant, and was staying in Laval, and back down here in Montreal today. So it's good to have you on the show. And why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about HOLOSTAR? I understand it was probably here before you got here, so if you know any early history about it, maybe we could start out with that.
Well, HoloStar was a project of Eric Bosco at the time. Our first year was in 1988, and a student here wanted to build a lab, an holography lab. So everything we got here, it's because of them. So we're really grateful of them. And years after years, they've been putting some equipment in the lab. So right now we're pretty well equipped. And about history, it's about that. HoloStar is, first of all, a student lab built by student for students. So we keep the prices low, and everything's that with student.
I won't even attempt the name of the college. Maybe you could tell everyone the name of the college. I'm having a hard enough time with the street signs. It's a beautiful language, but I just, coming from Philadelphia and the way I talk, just forget about it.
Yeah, it's Collège de Maisonneuve.
Collège de Maisonneuve. Well, we're going to have a couple of pictures of the lab on the website, and there will also be a link to go back to the HoloStar website, so that when you're listening to HoloTalk, if you call the HoloTalk webpage back up, you'll see that link there. Click on the link, and it'll take you over to HoloStar. So instead of just sitting there listening to the interview, you can actually do a little bit of a tour. So this is a learning lab. What is it that students are learning here? Do you approach holography from an artistic standpoint, or do you approach it from a scientific, technical standpoint here at the college?
First of all, when we have a student here, they have to get their inscription done, and after that we do both sides. We start with an artistic approach, and when we have students that are interested in the optical side and scientific side, we just help them to learn more and more.
Now, do they get college credits for taking this course?
Nope, not at all.
This is just totally elective that they would come in and work with it.
Exactly.
How is this tied into the college? Is this a business? What is this?
We have a status that is a bit weird, because at the same time we are there for the student as a workshop, like other workshop in the college, like photography and music or everything like that. But at the same time, we're a resource for artists in Montreal and in Canada, because there's not really much labs in Canada. There used to be other labs in Montreal, but they're gone now.
What happened in Montreal? The holography. I was here 15 years ago, the old port for images in time and space. It seemed like it was a very active holography community here at the time. What happened?
I don't really know, but I wasn't there at the time, so I'm still young, and right now
You're trying to start a holography community up again, right?
yeah, we're trying to build a new community here. So it's what I do with Nadia Duguay here, which is an artist in a visual artist and installation and everything. So we're trying to build back the Montreal holography community, but right now the fundings are really low. So we're trying to find some, and we have a lot of difficulty. But I'm pretty sure in a couple of years there'll be some new excitement in holography in Montreal.
Is there anyone that you can think of now who's actively doing holography in the Montreal area at all?
There's still, maybe you know him, Georges Diens, which we do contract here with him pretty often. And Marie-Christiane Mathieu, Philippe Boissonnet. So
all very familiar names going back many, many years.
Yeah. So those members are still active, but in the last years things were pretty low. But we're hoping to build it back.
Mm-hmm. Now, can someone come down here and learn about lasers as far as technology, and maybe take that learning and go to a community college somewhere to maybe become laser technician or something of that nature?
Well, I don't really know. Almost a good part of our student here goes to engineering after getting here. I don't know a program of laser technician or something like that. When you want to work with optics and lasers and everything that's around it, right here you have to have an engineering diploma.
Yeah. I believe in the States they have like a 12-month certificate you can get, because every hospital that's here in Montreal has lasers inside the hospital, and someone has to maintain the lasers. So you go to a small community college, get a laser technician certificate, and you're the person that the laser companies hire to go around and maintain the equipment. But that's off the side of holography, but since you have a laser here, it could be something that could be offered anyway.
Yeah, sure.
It could be a good idea.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little about projects that you've been working on recently, as far as some of the work that you've been doing?
Right now we're doing work in Shadowgram with Georges Diens, and we're still doing contract every summer when the classes are open for the students. It's during the semesters, and we pretty much give the labs to them during the semesters. But in the summer, it's time to get money, so we have to do contract and holography and everything. For the past years, where we were working about like that, and from years to years, worked the summers and with the student in the semesters. We have a lot of projects like the holography kit, and the holography kit that we borrow to everyone that wants to do holography.
Yeah, tell us a little about that. That goes out to schools, educators, and students as well, right? There's like 4 kits that go out that kids can make holograms, right?
Yep. With this kit, we can do one beam reflection and one beam transmission work. It's not really big, but it's really nice equipment to start with for students that sometimes are 12 years old. They don't have access to that kind of equipment, so they're really grateful to be able to do holograms in their basement.
Have you had an opportunity to see work of other artists around the world? And if you have, Do you feel that artists that have worked in the field of holography in Montreal, do they have a specific style that you feel is a little different from what you see in other areas?
I've been traveling a bit, but never got the chance, because of my study, I never got the chance to get out of Montreal, really. So this summer I'm planning to visit Holo Center in New York and maybe Holographic Arts with John Perry. Well, I'm hoping that I can try to find the fundings to go there. Being a student is not always easy to find the money, but I have a lot of hope on that side. For the question about Montreal artists, well, I don't feel that there's anything really different from that they're doing, different from the other parts of the world. I know that me and Nadia, we're starting. We hope to start a new feeling about holography. We hope to do something different, but yeah, that's future.
I've been combining holography with some digital photography and Photoshop work, and doing what's, I guess, considered 2D, 3D type of work as well. So I guess with the computer coming in, do you find yourself doing any computer manipulation of images, or are you working more from objects still?
We still work more from objects, but we have linked with a Montreal company which will have pretty integration of digital work with holography. Right now I can't talk about it because I'm under an NDA, but there's pretty much excitement coming in next years.
Now, how about workshops for just the general public? If someone, John Smith or whatever his name would be, would want to come in and do some holograms, can the public take workshops here?
Sure. We just integrate them with the students. It's that easy.
How long does your course run?
It's 12 weeks each semester, and we do a lot of work with the students, shadowgram, some how do you put it in English, arc-en-ciel, transmission copies.
Okay, yeah, H1, H2.
Everything like that. So they pretty much can choose what they want to do, and we do it with them.
Okay. Well, Bruno, is there anything you'd like to add? What can you tell us a little? I think you did tell us a little about Nadia. Is there anything you'd like to add? I know she is out of town, today, and unfortunately we didn't get a chance to get her in on the show, but maybe we could get her in over the phone at another time to talk about her creative work. I imagine you approach it more from the technical aspect. What about Nadia?
Well, Nadia began here about 1 year ago when she was at university in art. First of all, when she saw the hologram, she just flashed. It
happens.
Yeah. So she came by and asked me a lot about holography, and at the time I was thinking of leaving here to finish my study. And right now I'm forming her to replace me. So right now we do for the next year we do a semester each of work with the students, and I'm hoping that in the future she'll get she'll take,
just run with it.
Yeah, she'll run the lab. I'm not thinking of leaving everything here. I still want to have touch. I still want to have touch with the students and the equipment here. But for 5 years, I left my study at university.
For this.
Yeah, for this.
For this.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
So I need to finish this.
You need to get on with your life. Yeah, that feeling comes over a lot of us that have been working in holography from time to time. Why don't you tell us a little about the equipment up here? I see you've got the Monster 125 up there. Maybe you tell us a little bit about that and the other lasers.
Which, sorry, the Monster one, it's an old laser, really modified to fit our needs. We're still operating it. We still do a lot of work with it, but we have a lot of work of hope on your driver.
For you old-timers out there, it's a Spectra Physics 125, which I imagine some of the younger people in holography wouldn't recognize, because it definitely takes two people to lift that baby up off the floor, from what I remember.
Yeah. Well, our other laser, which we don't use anymore because it's too dangerous, is another spectrophysic argon laser, which is 5 watts. For the student, it doesn't really fit our needs. It's just too dangerous.
Does it still work?
Yeah, it still works, but I hate touching that kind of laser. But well,
do you burn it from time to time, just to burn it?
Not really. I don't really like it anyway. For holography, it's not a really good laser, not good coherence and everything. So I just leave it there for now. Maybe in the future we'll use it to do some really large copies, but for now we don't want to use that kind of stuff. And our other laser, which is really nice, is YAG 150 milliwatts from Crystal Laser, and this one is the one I use the most for now. But as I said, I have a lot of hope in your driver.
Yeah, thank you very much. What do you plan on using it for, your workshops and things, or taking? Because you can run it off of batteries.
Yeah. For now, we just want to replace the
125.
Yeah, the 125. We would need to put a lot of work to get the 125 really working well, and we don't have that kind of time or money. So we're planning to replace it with the diode.
And now, if you pop a diode, it's $35, and you've got another one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that'll kick the pants off of that 125 too.
So right now I'm really excited to try your driver, and if things works, we're planning to get a couple more.
Okay. Let me know so I make sure I have them. I don't even have one. I think the one I gave you was maybe one I had. Yeah, so it's like that, the shoemaker that has holes in his shoes, because he's so busy with everyone else's shoes. Okay, well, Bruno, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to come on the show. Sure, there's a lot of people out there that have been listening to this. Once again, this is in Montreal, so there's a link on the HoloTalk page. Click on that. It'll take you over to the HoloStar website. Maybe you want to drop Bruno an email, tell him hi, or contact him if you happen to be in the Montreal area and would like to learn about holography. I don't know if you can just stop in, but you can contact him, and maybe he can give you information about workshops to come in and make a few holograms of your own. So, Bruno, thank you very much.